welcome to Lydia's Lunch Bunch, LA's afternoon morning show, Western Maine edition with Mark and Jacey. We're spotlighting the people, businesses, and stories shaping communities in Oxford, Norway, South Paris, West Paris, and beyond. We're expanding the conversation while keeping the same mission, highlighting the people making a difference in our region. Feel free to share your comments, questions, or suggestions via email at podcast@lydiamediallc.com.
Today's show is brought to you by Ruper's Beverage and Redemption. When it comes to beer, wine, and spirits, don't botch it, squatch it. At 4 locations in Lewiston, Auburn, and Oxford. Learn more at rupersbeverage.com, and remember, the party starts at Ruper's. And by DeBlois Electric, building lasting relationships since 1967. From homes to businesses, their licensed, fully trained technicians handle it all. Repairs, upgrades, standby generators, EV chargers, heat pumps, and more. No job is too big and no job is too small. Learn more at DeBloiseElectric.com.
Today, we welcome John Williams to the show. John is the Executive Director for the Oxford Hills Chamber of Commerce, and he'll be joining us to talk about the Oxford Hills Home Show, which is happening April 24th through the 26th. But before we get there, let's take a look at some headlines for Friday, March 20th.
St. Dom's will not be moving forward with a new high school in Lewiston. The board unanimously determined it could not advance without securing the full financial resources to build out the second and third floors of the Peck building on Main Street and ensure the school's long-term sustainability. All enrollment fees will be refunded, and the board will ensure the responsible and transparent return of any unexpended donations.
The Sun-Journal reports that the Lewiston City Council approved an amendment limiting city staff cooperation with federal immigration and customs enforcement agents. Some councilors said the distinction is necessary to protect the city from any potential legal liability from how federal immigration operations are conducted.
The Maine Department of Transportation released its 3-year work plan, which includes 2,798 work items with a valuation of $4.5 billion. Auburn projects include replacing a culvert on Lakeshore Drive, replacing the Taylor Brook Bridge on Poland Road, and continuing funding for CityLink service in the Lewiston-Auburn Transit Committee. More details are available at maine.gov. According
to the American Lung Association's State of Tobacco Control report, Maine ranked among the best in the nation. The state received an A for funding tobacco prevention programs, the strength of smoke-free workplace laws, and access to quitting services. It received a B in the level of state tobacco taxes and an F in ending the sale of all flavored tobacco products. To learn more, visit lung.org. Now it's time for the weather.
Rain or shine, it's all okay. Grab your uke and start the day. You don't need perfect skies above. Hey, just a song and a little love.
Mostly cloudy today with some rain starting later this afternoon. We'll have a high of 46 and a low of 25. A cloudy start to tomorrow before some afternoon sunshine. High of 44 and a low of 30. Snow on the way for Sunday with 2 to 3 inches of accumulation and highs in the mid-30s.
In sports, Pasternak, Reichel, Arvidsson, Zaka, Minton, and Aspero scored for the Bruins in a 6-1 win over the Winnipeg Jets. Boston will visit the Detroit Red Wings tomorrow at 8 p.m.
The Celtics visit the Memphis Grizzlies tonight at 8.
The Maine Nordiques will host the Elmira Aviators tonight at 7:30 and tomorrow at 7 in Auburn.
The Lewiston Maniacs visit the St. Stephen County Moose tonight at 6 p.m.
And in the Men's American Collegiate Hockey Association Division III playoffs, Central Maine Community College defeated Florida Gulf Coast 2-1. The Mustangs will face off against Oakland tonight at 6 p.m. in St. Louis, Missouri. Go Mustangs! That is your news, weather, and sports. And right now it's time for the podcast segment that is sweeping the Twin Cities. It's time for famous people birthdays.
They're famous. It's their birthdays. It's famous people birthdays. It's famous people birthdays.
Let's take a look at FPBs for March the 20th. We're going to start off with actor Cedric Yarborough, who is 53 years old today. He played Deputy Jones on Reno 911, one of my favorite shows from back in the day, and I didn't realize until I watched a DVD extra that about 80% of that show was improv.
Really?
Yeah, they came in, they had a cast of like 6 or 7 actors, and they came in with a concept, and just started filming and made it work.
That's pretty impressive.
That's great. Yeah. He also played Kenneth on the sitcom Speechless and has done voice work for Paradise PD, BoJack Horseman, and The Boondocks. Supermodel Kathy Ireland is 63 years old today. She made her bones in the 80s and the 90s. She appeared in 13 consecutive Sports Illustrated swimsuit issues, including 3 covers. And in 1993, she founded a brand licensing company, Kathy Ireland Worldwide, which has made her one of the wealthiest former models. The brand was ranked number 15 in the entire world. Actor Holly Hunter is 68 years old today. She won an Academy Award for Best Actress for her performance as a mute Scottish woman in The Piano that came out in 1993. She earned 3 more Academy Award nominations for Broadcast News, The Firm, and 13. She also voiced Elastigirl in The Incredibles, which came out in 2004, and its sequel, Incredibles 2, that came out in 2018. Director Spike Lee is 69 years old today. He received widespread critical acclaim for Do the Right Thing that came out in 1989, and he also directed the historical epic Malcolm X in 1992, and 5 of his films have been selected by the Library of Congress for preservation in the National Film Registry for being culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant. And rounding out FPBs for March the 20th is actor Hal Linden, who is 95 years old today. He's an American stage and screen actor, television director, and musician, probably most well known for his role as Barney Miller on the sitcom that ran in the 70s. He also hosted 2 educational series, Animals, 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 and FYI. Those are your FPBs. Now it's time for some OTDs. It happened on this day. It happened on this day. It happened on this day.
7 years ago, in 2019, Disney acquired Fox Entertainment for over $71 billion, freeing up the X-Men, Fantastic Four, and Deadpool to appear in the MCU.
And for those not in the know, the MCU is the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm not a big superhero guy. I did enjoy the Deadpool movies. Have you seen those with Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah, I have.
What'd you think?
I thought they were okay. I thought they were good.
They were funny. They went out of their way to make it funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. It worked.
11 years ago, in 2015, Glee aired its series finale.
I never saw that show.
Really?
Yeah, did you get into it?
I loved that show when I was younger. Yeah.
Was that the one with Jane Lynch, tall blonde lady? I think she was a teacher.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
Sue Sylvester.
I think that was her character.
She was hilarious in that show. 32 years ago, in 1994, Indecent Proposal won Worst Picture at the Razzie Awards. Madonna won Worst Actress for her erotic thriller Body of Evidence, and Janet Jackson won Worst New Star for Poetic Justice.
I don't know. I don't know what they're doing over there at the Razzies, but
I like these Razzies.
They are pretty cool. Indecent Proposal, that was like a star. They had Robert Redford and Demi Moore, and I think it was Woody Harrelson. I didn't think it was that bad, but apparently I'm in the minority when it comes to the Razzies.
You do have a weird taste in movies.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
34 years ago, in 1992, Basic Instinct was released, starring Michael Douglas and Sharon Stone.
And an ice pick. Spoiler alert.
36 years ago, in 1990, Gloria Estefan suffered a broken back when her tour bus was hit by a skidding truck on an icy Pennsylvania highway. Within a year, she was back on stage.
She's a powerhouse.
Yeah. 57 years ago, in 1969, John Lennon married Yoko Ono.
Much to the delight of Beatles fans everywhere. That was sarcasm.
I figured. I did pick up on that.
Thank you.
And 58 years ago, in 1968, Eric Clapton and Neil Young were arrested at a home in Los Angeles and charged with being in a place where it is suspected marijuana is being used. Clapton was later found innocent of a misdemeanor charge. Neil Young paid a small fine.
And they probably went off to smoke a joint together after it was all done.
Celebrate.
Yeah, just got to celebrate their newfound
Relax
freedom.
a little bit.
Imagine being arrested nowadays in a place where it's suspected marijuana is being used.
Yeah.
Oh, times have changed, haven't they? Those are your FPBs and OTDs for March the 20th. Don't miss the 6th annual Cora Shriners Outdoor Expo at the Cora Shrine Center in Lewiston. It all happens on Saturday, April 11th from 9 to 5 and Sunday, April 12th from 9 to 2. And best of all, admission is free. Check out over 100 incredible carvings from the Maine Woodcarvers Association and vote for your favorite. And don't miss the Bangs for Your Bucks auction on Saturday, a 21-plus event featuring over 25 amazing items, including vacation packages, spa experiences, and more. Get all the details at corashriners.org/events.
Hi, it's Donna Harris from Phoenix No Limits Karate here with your daily safety tip. When meeting someone for the first time, choose a public place. Let's all do our best to keep our community safe.
Dirigo Federal Credit Union is proud to call Lewiston Auburn home. Whether you're buying a house, saving for the future, or growing your business, we're here for you, right where you live. Visit dirigofcu.com and feel the difference of a credit union that truly knows LA.
It's Mark and Jacey taking the show on the road once again. It is our Western Maine edition of Lydia's Lunch Bunch. We are recording from Speedway Inc. in Oxford. We want to thank Nancy Cushman for opening up her space to us. Our guest today is the Executive Director and CEO for the Oxford Hills Chamber of Commerce, John Williams. The living legend is here. How are you, John?
Doing well, Mark. How are you? It's good to see you again, my friend.
Good to see you. I was thinking on the way here, you and I have crossed paths for the past over 20 years.
Oh, yeah.
I think. I started working at the Speedway in the late 90s.
Yep.
And we've known each other ever since in different capacities, too.
Yes, we have. That's absolutely right. And, you know, it's always fun to get together with you. It really is.
Yeah, it's a great time.
I enjoy it very, very much. And with the two of us being, if you will, traditional broadcasters, you know, it's always fun to just sit down and talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And anytime I'm mentioned in the same breath as you, it gives me tingles. I'm like, you kidding me? You're the professional here. I'm still learning.
You do good, my friend. You do good.
I appreciate you. We are here to talk about the Oxford Hills Home Show.
Yes.
Which is happening at the end of April.
It is, and this is the 24th consecutive year that we have held this show, which I'm so proud of, and I fortunately have been involved in all of them. And it started with this group of builders on Route 26, taking an interest in working together, and I think that's the message I want to start with today, because I think it's so important. Where else can you find competitors like this group that sell such high-end products as homes, working together on behalf of each other and obviously individually as well, but working together for the same goal, to find the right home for people that are looking to buy. They might be first-time buyers, they might be second or third-time buyers. Right. But the fact of the matter is, that's what I've always been so proud of and oftentimes surprised because, that doesn't happen very often.
Yeah.
But the fact is that, we have been kind of the center here in the greater Oxford Hills of the manufactured building hub, if you will. And we still are here in New England. So subsequently, when this happens, people, they acknowledge it. They know it's coming, and I start getting calls about the Oxford Hills Home Show back in November and December. When is it happening this year? What are you going to be doing? How are you going to be doing it? It's a lot of fun for me. I enjoy it very, very much. The people that we represent, the Chamber does, in conjunction with the Oxford Hills Home Show, are just wonderful professionals, great people. You talk about history. Mm-hmm. A lot of these folks have been there almost the entire time.
Yeah.
That we've been putting this show on year after year after year. And there's something to be said for that, isn't there, really? Because that means that, these folks have had successful businesses. They've continued to be successful. And the fact is that people keep coming back over and over and over again when they're looking at their homes. And of course, the building industry has changed so much in the past 24 years.
Sure.
I mean, these homes are beautiful homes. These homes are what I call stick-built homes. And they continue to show the quality of what these builders and these sales stores provide to the community, but also to people from all over New England.
It is a very tight-knit community here in the Oxford Hills, in Oxford County.
It is.
And you mentioned these businesses are working together. These businesses that you're referring to are known as the Big Three.
They are.
Right? What can you tell us about the Big Three?
Well, the Big Three are great. Twin Town Homes, Alternative Modular Homes, and Turnkey Homes. They're the kind of people that really want to be able to work with people to help them find their dream and then build it. Mm-hmm. They could be just out there basically showing off models and that type of thing and selling them and getting as many people through the door as they can. But their mentality has changed over the years, and I think it's been a maturing mentality, and that is we want people to come and take a look. We're not going to put any pressure on them. We're not going to try to sell them something that we don't think that they can afford or that they feel that is right for them. And so when I talk about turnkey, when I talk about alternative modular, when I talk about Twin Town Homes, I talk about people who actually care about other people. Because let's face it, isn't it true? It's the biggest investment you're going to make. Mm-hmm. Most of the time, it's the biggest investment you're going to make in your life, building a home, buying a home. And what you want is people who are willing to take the time and work with you, take the time and sit down with you, take the time and talk with you about, is this going to be something that's workable for you? Mm-hmm. Is it not? And if it isn't, let's take a look at this. So they always come up with ways in which they can satisfy the customer's needs. And we've had and by the way, we've had a terrific signature sponsor for this for 24 years, and that is Norway Savings Bank. Yeah. And, they will be at all three of these locations on that weekend, on Oxford Hills Home Show weekend, which is the 24th, 25th, and 26th of April. And they will be there, lenders will be there to talk with people if they feel a need to sit down with someone from Norway Savings Bank and talk about how can we do this. Norway Savings Bank is going to be right there to take care of it. And they've just been such great sponsors for all of those years, contributing to what it is that we do, part of the meetings that we have to put this show on. And, it's just, there's so much cooperation, guys. There's so much cooperation. And I think from that perspective, it's not only good for the home buyer, but it's good for the Oxford Hills. And I always say that. And of course, I would.
Of course you would.
As the executive director for the Oxford Hills Chamber of Commerce. But it's really true, because what happens is, we bring people into the community for this. They come here, they enjoy themselves, and sometimes the folks just decide to look around a little bit. Maybe they stay and have dinner here. Maybe they go to a race that evening at Oxford Plains Speedway, right across the street from a couple of them. And from that perspective, I think it's important that people know that they have a choice, and that's what they're given when they come here to view homes at Alternative Modular Homes, view homes at Twin Town Homes, and view homes at Turnkey Homes.
So that's where this is taking place, right? This is not a one-stop shop. This is taking place at multiple locations.
Right on Route 26. Right. Drive into the Oxford Hills, you come to Welchville, so to speak, and right there on the left is Alternative Modular Homes. Yeah. And then I would say it's just about less than a mile and a half up the road, you've got Turnkey Homes, and then right after Turnkey Homes, you've got Twin Town Homes. They're right there. All of them are on the left if you're coming from the Portland area, and obviously if you're coming from north, it would be on the right-hand side of Route 26. But it's so easy to get to. Mm-hmm. That's the other thing. It's right on Route 26. And when I mention Oxford Plains Speedway, I know that there are ears out there that perk up and say, "Oh, I know where that is."
Right.
Because I go there.
Of course.
I spend time watching the cars go around the oval. But they're great because they welcome everyone. And, they're going to be open convenient hours. I mean, on Friday and Saturday, they're going to be open from 9 o'clock in the morning till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So you got plenty of time to get there. And then on Sunday, they're going to be open from 10 to 2. And they're kicking all of this off on Thursday, the 23rd of April, with a big business after hours to celebrate and open the Oxford Hills Home Show at Twin Town Homes. And the reason I'm promoting that on the air today is that everyone's invited. We want people to come into our community. We want people to come to an event like the Business After Hours because it really kind of gets you immersed in the business environment. And you get to meet these people. And maybe you're one of these people that are going to come back on the weekend and you're going to tour the homes and go to all 3 locations. But this Business After Hours is an opportunity to come, enjoy some refreshments, some great food from Maurice, and just get to know more about what it is that this group does and how successful they've been in the last 24 years. And to have an event this large and for it to be in its 24th consecutive year is pretty special.
How have you seen this event grow through the years, John?
I've seen it grow from a couple of different perspectives, Mark. When we first started out, it was almost like we weren't quite sure what was going to happen. So we sort of threw things together, and we grabbed Norway Savings Bank, and they jumped on board with us. And over the years, it's kind of evolved, because over the years we've had speakers come and have them talk about the housing industry and so on and so forth. We've had dignitaries. The governor came to one of the home shows once. We've had representatives from the state and also from the federal government come and join us as well. And we've done some extracurricular stuff too. But you know what's happened? It's interesting. It's evolved into an event where we realized after a period of time that people just want to come and enjoy themselves in a leisurely way, going through these homes, all these beautiful homes, and then being able to just sit down and ask questions and talk with the people about buying the homes. The people that are selling the homes, and then Norway Savings Bank, which is providing financial advice for them. And that seems to be the best formula of all. What has happened over the years is that sometimes there'll be big crowds on a weekend, okay? But they're mostly tire kickers. But what we've seen happen, especially probably I would say in the last 10 to 12 years, is that the people that are coming are really interested in buying a home. And that, to all of these great people from Twin Town and Alternative Modular and Turnkey Homes, that's what they want to see, because those are the people they can help the most. If somebody wants to come and kick a tire, that's fine too. Come and look at the homes and have yourself a good time and so on and so forth. But I just think it's important that people realize these are quality buildings. And it's just gotten better, and the manufacturing has gotten better over the years. It is just truly a wonderful event, and it's a great environment as well.
I know at my stage in life, my wife and I recently became empty nesters. And highly recommended, by the way, to anyone listening out there, if you can become an empty nester.
Been there, done that.
Please do. So at some point, we're going to be looking to downsize.
Yep.
Jacey, you're at a point in your life where sometime soon you're going to be looking for a home.
Yeah, eventually.
Eventually, you'll get there. And what an opportunity to get out there. If you're working with a real estate agent, you might be able to see, 3, 4, 5 homes in a day or in a weekend.
Maybe.
You go to this Oxford Hills home show, you can look at 20 to 30 homes in an afternoon.
Oh, yeah. Literally, and you're absolutely right about that, and thank you for bringing that up. There'll be at least 30, maybe more, of these beautiful homes on display at Alternative, Turnkey, and Twin Town. And I think that it's a good point you make, Mark, because someone who is that interested in buying a home, they want to be able to see some homes. They want to see these displays. And that's the wonderful thing about this group, is they've got plenty of product. And it's all set to go. It's all set up, and people can go from home to home to home, business to business to business, and they can literally try them all out. Go in and sit down and walk around. And the nice thing about it is the sales representatives from Alternative and Turnkey and Twin Town are so nice, and they'll go with you, or they'll simply say, all the homes are open. Go take a look. Right. Let us know if you need some help. But they're also willing to go with them and tour with them, if you will, to talk with them about the different types of homes that are available. And those are the things, that you can't see that happen as often as you'd like to these days. Everybody's in a hurry to sell something to somebody. And yes, they want to sell homes. There's no question about it. But it's the way in which they do it that I will always been so impressed with. And the Chamber has been a big supporter of this. We always have been a big supporter of this. And it gives us an opportunity to, once again, to show off our area.
Right.
Yeah.
And you mentioned the quality of these homes has improved throughout the years as well. That's something I noticed. I think it was a few years ago. I came to photograph some homes at Twin Town Homes. And I think, folks, if you're going to the Oxford Hills Home Show, the number one word that you are going to use when you take your first step through the door is wow.
Yeah.
These are incredible. Incredible homes.
They're beautiful homes.
Yeah.
And there's absolutely no doubt about that. The builders who build these homes, the technology associated with building these homes over the years has just dramatically improved. And so when you buy a home, it's as good a home as you'd ever imagine living in. And I really mean that when I say that. And I love them. I get an opportunity a couple times a year to go over to all of these places and spend time with them, either in meetings or socially, or we do something like a business after hours. And I get a chance to just walk around a little bit and see these homes. And I'm telling you, if you're out there and you're looking to buy a home, you really should take advantage of just driving down here to the Greater Oxford Hills on Route 26, stopping in at Alternative Modular Homes, stopping in at Turnkey Homes, and stopping in at Twin Town Homes, and taking a look around. And you're going to probably, in all likelihood, find something that's really going to please you.
And like John mentioned, it's not high-pressure sales. You're not going to have someone over your shoulder asking you all kinds of questions.
That's right.
You can walk around at your leisure and explore these homes. And if you're ready to buy and you want to know what's involved in setting up one of these homes, there are plenty of people on hand to answer those questions.
They will
well.
answer any question that you have about how's the home going to get there, how's it going to be set up. If you're buying land and you just want to, you want a home and you want to get it transported there and then built, they will take care of that. Every detail is taken care of. And getting back to Norway Savings Bank, you've got a financial institution that people respect and are proud of and know them well, and they're there to help you make sure that you can afford it and that you can finance it. It's kind of one-stop shop.
Yeah, absolutely.
All weekend long.
Yeah, you've got all you need right there.
Yeah, once again, 9 to 4 on Friday and Saturday, and then 10 to 2 on Sunday. And the 23rd, Thursday of April, we got a big business after hours at Twin Town Homes. We'd love to have you come over. And if you're one of these people, come on over and meet these people ahead of time and then come back for the weekend. But obviously, we're encouraging all of our chamber members to come to the business after hours as well. It'll take place from 5:30 to 7 o'clock on Thursday the 23rd. Lots of good stuff to eat, lots of good stuff to drink, and also lots of good door prizes. We're going to have fun.
There is no better ambassador for this area than John Williams. John, is there anything else that you would like our listeners to know about the Oxford Hills Home Show or the Chamber before we move on to our final segment?
Once again, that it makes me feel so good to be able to be a part of an event like this and to be able to see that event sustained the way that it has over the years. I mean, more than 2 decades, almost 2.5 decades.
Nearly a quarter century.
I mean, seriously, almost a quarter century. Absolutely right. That makes me feel so good about what we have here and the way in which it's been sustained and how these businesses have prospered, because that's what I want to see happen, obviously. Yeah. As an advocate for business, we want things to prosper. And then I would love to have you come out to the Oxford Hills because it's a beautiful place, and it really is. We have lakes, we have ponds, we have all kinds of places where you can go hiking and just hang out. We've got great stores in downtown Norway and up and down Route 26. Come on up and make it a day. Visit the Oxford Hills Home Show, visit our communities, and maybe you'll be heading home with a brand new home.
Whether you want a sit-down meal or a grab-and-go, Pat's Pizza in Auburn offers delicious sandwiches, pasta, salads, and pizza at family-friendly prices. Pat's Pizza, serving the L.A. area since 1985. Open daily from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. at 85 Center Street in Auburn. Online at patsauburn.com.
Uncle Andy's Digest is turning 30, and you're invited to celebrate with us. Join us Friday, May 22nd from 6 to 10 p.m. at the Hilton Garden Inn Auburn Riverwatch for a night of celebration. For 3 decades, Uncle Andy's Digest has been Central Maine's community-focused monthly advertising publication, connecting local businesses with loyal readers. Enjoy 90s music from Palo Entertainment, hors d'oeuvres, a cash bar, in recognition of our longest-running advertisers, and much more. Find all the details in the latest issue of Uncle Andy's and on Facebook. We can't wait to see you there.
John, we like to close out the show with a segment called 3 Random Questions, where Jacey and I will ask you questions that have nothing to do with the Oxford Hills Home Show or the Chamber of Commerce. We're just trying to get to know you a little better.
Sure.
All right. John, what is your favorite way to unwind after a busy day?
I love to unwind by going over to the barn in my sheep pasture and hanging out with my sheep. It takes all of the stress off of me. It just sort of rolls off of me. My wife, Wendy, and I go over. We feed the sheep. If it's been a rough day and I've got a headache from some of the people I've been dealing with, I just can walk over to there. I can walk over there, and when the sheep will come to greet us, and we feed them. And we've got these sheep that love to be patted and that type of thing. And you think to yourself, well, that's livestock. Why do you do that? I said, they do. So that's probably as good an answer as I can give you.
Sure. And that is the most unique answer we've ever had on that question.
I'm so glad to hear that.
Jacey, can you remember anyone else that has a sheep pasture?
No, I don't think so.
People have been saying to me for years, aren't you going to get rid of the sheep? And I said, no. I said, that gives me a sense of peace and peacefulness.
It's very important. Yeah. Very important. How did you get into
sheep
raising sheep? Yeah.
About almost 35 years ago, Wendy and I were together, and I spent a couple of long trips in Scotland before I settled down as a teenager and as a college student, just traveling around. I fell in love with Scotland because a lot of my family heritage is from Scotland, and I just loved the sheep because there are a lot of sheep over there. You know, the United Kingdom has a lot of sheep, and I kind of fell in love with that idea of raising sheep. If you don't mind me giving you a little story.
Please do.
I've managed a number of radio stations, and I know you're aware of that.
Yes.
But back when I was with WIGY down in Bath, and I was the vice president of Maritime Corporation, and I was also the general manager there, we had a big Christmas party. And I had been telling people, which was a big mistake, my staff, that, I'd love to raise sheep someday. It would be such a great and fun thing to do. We're in the middle of this beautiful banquet room. Okay, the governor. And they said, well, we have a gift for you, John. They brought a sheep into the ballroom, okay? They brought a sheep into the ballroom with a bale of hay. So when I left that night, Wendy and I left, I had to load the hay and the sheep in the back of my brand new Bronco. I was driving back to the Oxford Hills and back to our home in Norway. So that's how I got into sheep.
All right.
That's how I got into sheep.
Love it. Great story. Love it.
All right.
Yeah.
I guess we'll stick with the animal theme here. If you had to pick, let's say, like a wild or exotic animal to be your pet, if you could pick anyone.
A wild or exotic animal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just something.
Can it be a
out of the
bird?
ordinary. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Let me think for just a second. I think it's funny. There's a bird that I absolutely adore, and it's an owl. I love owls because they are so dignified. I'm sure you've seen them before. And they will sit in trees, and they'll just look around, and nothing seems to bother them. And I love watching owls. I always have, and we have a lot of them up on the Greenwood Road where we live. So I get a chance to see them quite often. I love owls. And then as far as another animal goes, I'm kind of enamored with wolves.
Yeah.
I've always been very, very fond of wolves, and I think they're extraordinary, intelligent creatures. They've had a rough go, but they're one of the original canines that really kind of brought man a little bit closer to the kind of dog thing and the companionship. And they, to this day, I see wolves, and it's like they're extraordinary.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Beautiful, too.
Yeah, they are.
All right, John, final question.
Yeah.
We met through Oxford Plains Speedway. I know you're a race fan. I know you're a sports fan. You do a Bruins podcast. And
absolutely.
If you could attend any sporting event in history and have the best seats in the house, where are you going and why?
Oh, gosh. And I am a big sports fan, and I've been involved in sports all of my life. It's a tough one, but I sort of made my mark in baseball, and I was a baseball player, and I had some major league tryouts at one point and busted up my knee in college, and that was the end of that. But probably if I could, I would want to be sitting right behind the backstop in Fenway Park in the 7th game of the World Series with the Boston Red Sox.
Nothing better.
I don't think so. And it's almost like people on the other end are saying, well, he said, of course, that's the right answer.
Yeah.
Why would he say anything else? But, I was there. I was at Fenway Park when I was 6 years old with my father, and he got us seats right behind the backstop. That's back when Yogi Berra was playing. That's back when Carl Yastrzemski was a rookie. That's back when you saw some of the greatest players of all time. And there was a guy that played third base that I loved, even at 6 years old. His name was Frank Malzone. And so at one point, I was this kid putting my head back, cheering, Red Sox, go Red Sox. And I said, go Frank, go Frank. And this guy behind me grabbed my head and put my head. He said, do you know his last name? I said, Malzone. Of course, it's Malzone. So anyhow, yeah. But that's that really would be, to me, a wonderful experience.
Yeah.
I absolutely would love it.
I love it. You are speaking to my heart right now, John. I am a huge baseball fan as well and have been a Red Sox fan all my life. And every time we speak, I learn something new about you. I never knew you played baseball at a high level.
A lot of baseball, and played many years semi-pro ball as well. So
What position?
Center field.
Right on.
I was a center fielder.
You tracked down everything, didn't you?
And I had an arm like a rocket, and people would look at me and say, this guy's only like 5'7", 5'8". He can't throw that hard. Yes, I can.
Yeah, I love it.
It was, and I had a ball out there. I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved being in the outfield.
John, it's always a pleasure. Thank you so much for your time today.
Well, both of you, I wish you the very best with all of these podcasts that you're doing. I think it's a great thing. I think it's something that brings the communities together, and I mean that sincerely, unsolicited. So, if you need any help from us, from the Chamber of Commerce, just let me know.
So appreciate it.
See you both.
Thank you. He is John Williams, Executive Director and CEO for the Oxford Hills Chamber of Commerce. And don't forget, folks, the Oxford Hills Home Show is April 24th through the 26th.
Thanks to Ruper's Beverage and Redemption and DeBlois Electric for sponsoring today's episode. If you're a business or nonprofit here in the Western Maine area and would love to join us on Lydia's Lunch Bunch, I'd love to connect with you. You can reach me directly at jacey@lydiamediallc.com. That's JACEY@lydiamediallc.com.